Good evening and welcome back to Tarot Tats and Tea, and here I am with my year ahead spread. Now, as I explained in a couple of videos ago, this is a very large spread. It uses a number of different decks, and I've actually, rather than having you wait for me to put it all out, set it all up, I've literally just shuffled all the cards, I've set them out, and I will put a photograph in here for you to see. So the cards are set out. I have used the three decks I've used. I changed the deck that one of the decks that I was going to use, which was the just bear with me. I was going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot, but it just didn't feel right when I was shuffling it, so I swapped it out for the Zillich. Okay, so the three decks I'm using for the main part of the spread are the Greer. That card, the Greer card, is going to be the general energy of each month. Then the whoops, sorry, got my spread drawn out here. Okay, so here, so the Greer is going to be the general reading of the month, the general energy of the month. The Tarot del Maria Celia is going to be the hurdle card, and the Zillich is going to be the help. Okay, so what's going to help you through whatever the hurdle might be. Now, I've just had a really good question on my previous video where I explained this spread, and the question was, what do you do if it's a positive card that comes out as a hurdle? Well, there are two ways of looking at this. A, that card is the hurdle as opposed to the help. It's if you have any hurdles, in what form could you find them? Okay, so if you have what would generally be deemed as a positive card, you look at what could be the shadow side. I tend to like to use the terms the light and shadow, okay, as opposed to positive, negative, because the minute you use the word negative, it puts a really sort of unpleasant feel on a card. You see, although it's a light side and a shadow side, the shadow side could be, look, I'm giving you a heads up that if you do this, there could be repercussions that could be negative. So one of the questions that was asked, a follow-up question was, so if it's a wheel that's positive, and if it's the card that's positive and it's a wheel, how do you read it? Well, you could read it from its positive slant, that look, your time's come along now, that things have been going a bit haywire, things are going to start looking up for you this month. You know, if things have been bad or unpleasant or difficult, they're going to start easing up. And then the card that comes after that, which would be your help card to get you through a hurdle, would be what you can do to make your time better for you. Okay, so stick with the Wheel of Fortune. The other way to look at it, because it's in the position as a hurdle for that month, then you would say, right, okay, what is this card giving me a heads up about? What is it warning me about? It's saying to be careful what you put out there, because karma can be quite unpleasant, and what you put out there will come back to you. So it's giving you that heads up. Put out there what's good as opposed to what's bad. If somebody's done you wrong, rather than go ploughing in with another wrong, because as we all know, two wrongs don't make a right. So what you do, you say, right, okay, how do I deal with this? There is the wheel that's telling me that there is the potential for there to be some karmic feedback from actions that I may take this month. So ensure your actions are transparent, kind. I know there are people out there that would absolutely twist you inside out because they wind you up so badly. Step away. Step away, don't get involved. Don't get involved in mudslinging. Don't get involved in backbiting. If anybody says anything to you about X, Y or Z people that you already have a problem with, go, sorry, I don't want to know. I don't even want to talk about them. I don't want to say anything, because you don't know who's saying what to who. Okay, I've been caught out like that in the past. You just don't know. So what you do, you just say, block them from your life. You say, I'm going to have to step back from you. You're not doing me any good. So I'm stepping back and I'm going to do what I need to do. So if you get a positive card that comes up as your hurdle in a particular month, you look at both sides of it and you take advice from both sides. If things are going well, enjoy it and use the help card to boost you, to get you into that good space. If it's equally, you look at the other side, so you've got both sides of the story, okay? If you don't read reversals, okay, remember, even though you don't read reversals, every card has a light and shadow side. So when you're reading anyway, it's quite good to get into the practice when you're reading for yourself. If your cards are all face, the right way up, if they are all not reversed, upright cards, then you look at the card in general as a whole, as in opposed to, if you want to term it positive and negative, I like I say, try to avoid that if I can, and look at the light and shadow side, because that way you're getting both sides of the coin. This could happen if, that can happen if, okay? Be wary what you put out there, because you don't know what's going to come back at you, particularly with the Wheel of Fortune. So I am going to get on with my reading now, and I will hopefully this will be okay. I'm just wondering, I've lost my stand for my phone. That would have been great to film it and then embed it sort of into the corner here so that you could see the cards as I'm doing it. How am I going to do this? Oh shoot, I'll work it out as I'm going along. Right, here we go, folks. Looking at January, here we are, the 1st of January, perfect day to start it. Now, my general reading, I have got the Moon card. Now, I know where this fits in my life, right? The Moon card in this is saying, look, there could be things that are happening behind the scenes, something's going on that you are not aware of, but keep your head. Remember, okay, the moon is shining light on what's being done in darkness. So anybody who is a ne'er-do-well, anything that you've got in, any irons you've got in the fire that you're hoping to plan, just check everything, look at everything, and things are going to be revealed to you this month that could potentially help you, could hinder, because it's being done in the dark, but it's going to bring to light issues or people who are not necessarily doing things up front, shall we say. I have got the Page of Wands with this, so my hurdle is the Page of Wands, and I know for me what that is. You see, I love the Wands because it's fire, passion, and it's having your creative ability and things to do. Why is that a hurdle? That is a hurdle because sometimes I can get too passionate and charge in like a bull in a china shop, and that's what I don't want to do. This is saying, look, don't go barging in, because whatever's brought to light, you barge in, you're feeding into a potential negative situation which you don't want. How am I going to be helped? Well, for this, I've got the Four of Wands, which is wonderful because it's completion. There is something happening this month. It has the potential to cause a lot of upset for a lot of people. And I know things have been done and said in the shadow, and it has come back to me already. It was revealed to me this week, and I think people are going to realise actions done behind people's back in the dark, sneakily, sneakily, are going to be revealed. I'm not going to barge in immaturely like the Page and screaming and shouting my side, my passion, my desires, but I'm just going to sit back and give people enough rope, and then by behaving in that manner, things will be completed and things will move on, and this unpleasantness can get pushed back into the past and stay in last year where it was supposed to be. Unfortunately, it's carried through a little bit, but life has this way of saying, look, it's not over yet. I've got lovely elderberry cordial in there, farm made. Now for February, let's have a look what we've got for February. So our Morgan Greer, look, yep, things were revealed in January, okay. It's nearly complete, not quite. There's a couple of things that need to be dealt with, but it's going to get there, okay. That there are still things that need to be dealt with before we can say it's absolutely over. I've got the Knight of Swords, so clear communication, being transparent and using that sword to cut away negativity will help. And what else will help? I have the Star card. Just be. Just turn around and think, right, okay. The Star card is supporting the wands at the top where it's completion. And albeit there's a little bit of things to go, I'm to leave that for other people to deal with. Just be clear, concise, transparent, honest, kind, and that will ensure that the month ends beautifully. Then we have March. March sees me very happy with everything that's going on. Me looking after mine, protecting mine, and knowing that life is good, that we're happy for what we've got, that we're going to be protective of our own, that we're going to look after our card and after ourselves and our family, and that we're not going to allow any of this negativity to come down our driveway, let alone in through our front door. Okay, so this is saying that things from January and February that have overflowed from 2024 into 2025 are going to come to a completion, and that we will be sitting pretty, we'll be quite happy with it. Look at this, the Queen of Pentacles, who's saying, right, yep, happy days, that Elaine, you've done right, you're doing well. Be careful not to be overspending, be careful not to be too materialistic, but if you are a little bit on the sort of materialistic side, look, it's not a bad thing, but just ensure that you look after the pennies and the pounds look after themselves, and it'll take you from being the sort of fool right up to being the in your daily life, to being in control of finances, of material goods, and being there in advisory capacity for your family as well. And your helpful card is another 9 of Cups. So really, March is looking like it's going to be really enjoyable. Okay, there will be testing times in January and February, but they will be in such a way that just keep my own counsel, keep doing what I have been doing, be there for those that need me to be there, and meditating, talking to my spirit guides and my ancestors, and protecting us and our home, and everything's going to be fine. Now let me have a look at January, February, March, April. What do we have in April? April sees us being a little bit sort of, just, territorial in a sense. Okay, we are being sensible with finances. The Queen of Pentacles has ensured that we're going to be right, but we don't want to be too miserly either. We want to be able to enjoy life, not endure it, and in doing so, enjoying it, what we do is it's good for the soul, it's good for the heart. And this is sort of saying, look, there is the potential for you to just close in, and it could happen after this, what's gone on, just backing away from the world for a little while, being here. And I know this is, in my home, with my stuff, with my family, with my garden. It'll be spring and I'll be planting, but not to forget to get out there and just enjoy life too. What could be my hurdle? I have got the Page of Pentacles, and that could be a little bit frivolous and immature with funds, because unfortunately that is a major part of my nature. And this is just saying, whoa, hold on a second. one minute we want to be a miser, the next minute we want to be a bit foolish, you know, we want to be a little bit immature and spend more than we actually have. Or it could be that, you know, well, look, you've got to hold on to this because there's you know, there could be bills to pay. Just make sure that you get them done. Equally, this could also be letting me know that there could be something coming my way from things in the past, whether it's a tax rebate, whether it's something where, you know, a lottery win. Good grief, imagine that. Imagine being mortgage free. I can't envisage it. Something that is what I need to manifest. There you go, I'm manifesting it here in April. And what's going to help me with that? Oh, looky here, the Justice card. So that changes it slightly, because the other months up there are to do with legalese. It's all sort of legal things going on and shit hitting the fan. And it's the fallout of some unpleasant business a couple of years ago. And all this is falling into place. All this is going to be dealt with. Things are going to be fine. And it could be that there could be things, people that need being brought to justice will be brought to justice. Yeah. So May, what have we got? Well, look here, we have got the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, lovely. I love this Nine of Pentacles. I love the Morgan Greer Nine of Pentacles. And what's that saying? That's saying, do you know what? It's all coming right. You can sit back. You can enjoy life. This is giving me the vibes that, you know, the last few years have not started off great. But this year looks like, yes, there's going to be that little hurdle at the beginning of the year, sometime this month, I do believe. That is going to be dealt with in ways, but it's going to get to the point, by the time you get to May, you can just sit back, look at the garden you're growing, look at your crafts you're doing, look at the books you're enjoying, and look at your writing that you're doing. Just sit back, enjoy it, and make it work for you, not you work for it. Okay, that this is actually going to be good for me. Oh my God, this is lovely. This is lovely. Looking forward to seeing how this pans out. I tell you what, the Marie Claire Tarot here, Marie Celia Tarot, sorry, is really throwing the blooming court cards at me, because we now got the Knight of Wands. So yes, Elaine, get out there with your passions, enjoy them, but be wary not to be aware of not taking over your life completely to the point you're blocking everything else out. Enjoy it, enjoy your careers. And honest to God, what have we got here? We've got the Hermit. What's going to help me? Sitting back, enjoying the life, learning for me, leading others if necessary, helping others who need the help. But looking at this, it's so positive. You know, life wouldn't be life if we didn't have our ups and downs. We have to have the downs in order to appreciate the ups. And I do feel that the downs are going to be revealed and dealt with within this month and next month. And that come March, April, May, it's going to see that life is going to be quite different. I'm quite sure of that. There could again be hurdles. You know, you can have too much of a good thing, you know. We've got the Ten of Wands here. Delegate. Whatever you're doing, whatever I'm doing at this point in time, delegate. I have irons in fires, and it could be that instead of me trying to carry things on my own, share, talk to people. If they're jobs, delegate. If they're not jobs, even if it's hobbies and interests, but if it's worries, carrying worries, whether it's worries about yourself, your family, whether it's worries about what's gone on at the beginning, has it all gone away? Will it ever arise again? Will the catalysts sort of, not saying too much because, but will the antagonists and protagonists sort of get the message it's not going to be tolerated. Because that's where, if they're not, I need to speak to the right people. I don't mean illegally, I mean legally. We have then got, what's the hurdle? Six of Pentacles. Okay, now the Six of Pentacles, how can the Six of Pentacles be a hurdle? Doing too much for others, giving too much and too much taking being done. That's how the Six of Pentacles can be a hurdle, that you give too much too often, and that could be what is causing me to feel burdened. Okay, maybe taking on other people's problems and carrying them as my own. I don't want to be doing that. What's going to help me? Adjustment. Adjustment. That's what's going to help me. Look at how you deal with things. Make the changes that I need to make in order to get rid of what's tormenting me. Get rid of what is being considered a burden. Okay? Give back any sort of responsibilities to others, and make other people also be responsible for their own actions. Okay, so what have we got for July? Coming to July now. Crying over things that have gone. This lot here could potentially leave you feeling a little bit empty. Okay, we've got it all sorted out here, but it's looking back to the beginning of the year, to friendships that we had in the past that are no longer. Stop looking at what I have lost in the way of people or situations, and consider what I've got, because what I have got currently is far richer, far more beneficial, far more loving and caring than the fake people that were in my life at that time. That yes, there are fun times, there are, you know, times that we had such great energy and enjoyment, but not to worry about it. And anything that comes up from this, look, it's happened, look at what I've got rather than what I've lost. Okay, what could be the hurdle? Well, here we have the Six of Wands. So Six of Wands, yes, it could be things that have happened could be seen as being victorious. Okay, they could be seen as, look, all this was sorted out and won, but you're still feeling that little bit bereft. But look what you have done, look what you've achieved, look what you've got through, look at the hurdles that have come your way throughout the months gone for, you know, that we've gone from the January through to the June. Look at how things have changed, and what can help me. Two of Wands. Two of Wands, look at that. Get some balance back into your life. Look at a future. Look and plan for adventure. Look and plan for what can be great. Okay? Things can be great. We just need to lift our head up and appreciate what we have around us, as opposed to looking at potential losses. August. Oh, did I not? Oh, there's a card for August. August, what have we got here? Now, the energy. Don't be manipulated by things. You can feel manipulated by things. The plans that I've got will include me having to take advice from creators. Don't take advice from more than one source. Don't just be manipulated into saying selling this to that or doing this there, or, you know, make sure that somebody isn't trying to control me. Equally, you know, it might not be a bad idea in August to sort of say, well, look, we're coming into the end of the summer again. It's time to take stock. It's time to start getting ready for the end of the summer. Start getting ready for stocking up for the winter, and maybe spend less time frivolously going about things, and more time preparing for the months ahead. Okay, not being manipulated, not overspending, not taking too many glasses of wine, bottles of wine, but enjoying it in moderation. But just being aware that there is the potential to have that feeling, that vibe, that somebody could be a little bit envious of what you're doing. Oh. By the way, I know it sounds weird. When I'm reading, I read for myself. I read as though I'm sitting opposite myself. So I'm talking to you. So here I have a screen and I can see my reflection. I can see my reflection now because I'm recording this. But I'm talking to myself as the third person, because for me it makes reading much easier. It's like when I write it down, I've just moved my journal from there because I actually just knocked it off and onto the floor. So what have I got here? Do you know, I think nearly enough every one of these have been a court. I have got the Page of Swords here, okay? And the Page of Swords is sort of, look, whoever or whatever the devil situation is, once again, don't open your mouth and jump in with both feet, because that could cause problems. That could make a potential problem that could be dealt with in a manner of me taking charge of my situation and not being manipulated or manipulating others, because it works both ways. And when I sort of look and learn, communicate wisely, don't go in an immature manner and potentially mess everything up. And if I can take that advice, my help card is the Wheel of Fortune. So it really is saying that, look, whatever you put out there, if you put good out there, good's going to come back. Okay, sometimes we feel, well, do you know, it doesn't always happen like that. But if you look, you think, actually, yeah, that has worked, you know. Sometimes the good is that you putting good out there, people can't always accept that a person can be a good person. And it's like, oh, they take it as sort of, oh, that one thinks that they're better than us because... That could be where the manipulation's coming in. You know, if we look here, what's going on here, it could be someone trying to raise their head again and try to manipulate the situations that have gone on, trying to resurrect what's gone on. But Elaine's going to keep her mouth firmly closed, and I'm going to learn. Like the wise old owl, we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, but only 1 mouth. So I'm going to keep the 2 eyes and the 2 ears open, keep that mouth closed for a little while until necessary, and the Wheel of Fortune will do its thing. Okay? Now, September. Right at the end of the summer now. Okay? Oh, I'm going to have to make myself heard. People might be up in arms going, oh no, Elaine, I don't agree with what you're saying, don't agree with what you're doing. Oh, that's too bad, because this is what I think. This is my situation, my life. This is how I'm going to do it. You can either join me or not. It's like saying, well, what are you watching this stuff on television for? There's an off button, use it. If you don't like it, use it, change channel. You know? So this is like saying, look, whatever's going on here, okay, I am going to do things my way, because that is how I roll. What could be the hindrance? Oh, the 2 of Cups, okay. Maybe there is one thing that is a little bit out of balance, that is perhaps not the best plan going forward. But we'll know what that is when we get here. We'll see how these plans progress first as we go. But this is sort of saying, look, get somebody on your side to help spread your word, or to help you with this project, or to help you move forward. Okay? It's saying you can either choose somebody or not to, or the person you have chosen to work with you, is it working? Is it the right person? And our help is the 8 of Wands, because whatever's going on, it's going on quickly. Things are growing. There's lots of growth with the 8 of Wands. So it could be that because I'm not allowing for the manipulation to go ahead from August, and in September I say, not a hope, I'm doing things my way. I get somebody to come along, give me a hand, check out, is it working out? Is that person trying to take control? If so, oops, off you go, sidelined, and I get on with my project at quite a rate. October, autumn, my birthday month. What do we have here? We have the Page of Pentacles. Now the Page of Pentacles came up on one of the cards down here. And if I'm not mistaken, oh yes it was back in May. In April, sorry, in April we had the Page of Pentacles then. So what's the Page of Pentacles in my general area? Look, growth, things starting to pay off. It might only be small, but it's starting to pay off. So the work I put in, this has dealt with issues there in January and February, started changing things around to my benefit, putting my plans into action, working its way along, getting a little bit, maybe, you know, people getting a little bit, how come she can do that, and how come she's doing that, and, you know, we're not, type of thing. But it's going, and it's going to pay off. It'll only be small, but it's going to pay off. But it's also going to be a learning curve for me. It's a new plan, a new idea, and it's going to take a while to pay off, but it will eventually. What is the hindrance? The hurdle. You've got him again. The devil. El Diablo. Or Le Diable. The devil. This could quite potentially be the same person that made an appearance in August, was sidelined by September, but still coming back, trying to get the foot in the door. This could have been the person that was the Two of Cups, that was as the hurdle. It wasn't the right person to go and bond in a business or idea with. This here at the moment is a creativity of your own. Perhaps it's meant to stay that way. Don't let somebody come in and take over and try to make it theirs. Go my own way, and even if they want to stay in the background as help, how's it going to be helped? Ace of Wands. Elaine, you've got the skills and talents to carry on doing your thing. Do it. Don't let anybody stop you. So it's my skills, my talents that will get me from the hurdle of somebody want to get in on there. November, I could be facing decisions, okay? There could be something in November that's coming up that will make me have to make a decision. The feeling I know what that could already be, and I'm still, well, 10 months away from it, 11 months away from it. But the decision could be, yeah, I think I have an idea what that is, or what it could potentially be. Being the decision of choices in November. What could be the hurdle? The hurdle could be the Ace of Swords. So our Ace of Swords, as we see, usually is like, well, look, you're coming through tough times, and there have been some tough times here. It's not going to be plain sailing here. You know, there is something going on. There is something that's I'm getting on with, and yet the decision here, I don't think is to do with this. I think it's more of a personal decision, and with it being the Ace of Swords as the hurdle, it's me sort of not standing up for myself, and me potentially allowing other people to make choices for me, or guilt tripping me into making specific choices. That's one to watch. Put a question mark over November. What's going to help me? The universe. Hello, Elaine. It's your life. Elaine, it's your life. You are the master of your life. You know, you can take all these 10 steps forwards, 11 steps forwards, or 10 steps forwards. You take that one step back that could end up bringing you right back to sort of your Five of Cups and regretting and looking at loss. So you have a decision to make. The decision that you make will probably be the best one for you, because it's your world. You decide what you want to do. You don't do what others want you to do. Okay, and sometimes, I'm not saying you have to be totally selfish, But sometimes we have to put ourselves first, which I must admit I'm a bit guilty of not doing, to be honest. Yes, I take me time, my tarot time and everything else, but sometimes I tend to I tend to give too much, and which actually fits in very well with our six of Pentacles. Where was our Six of Pentacles? Down here. Yep. Giving too much, you have to change and sort of not allow others to manipulate your decisions. Oh, so what's December going to be? The Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is getting back into the swing of things with our Page of Pentacles earlier on and saying, hold on a second, we're marching forward, we're watching things grow, and we're going to see that little bit more of an increase in what's going on. You know, there's going to be some really sort of enjoyment, an increase in enjoyment, an increase of what I do in, you know, garden and growth wise, but also what I might have put out there, my creations, hopefully that's gone out there, that they might see some growth. What is my hindrance? We've got the Nine of Swords. The only thing that's hindering me on is my own negativity. That's what stops me, because sometimes I actually don't put myself first. I don't have, no, it's not that I don't put myself first, that's not true in this sense. In this sense, I actually don't trust my own judgment or choices, or sometimes my own capabilities and abilities and capabilities. And so that is what I'm going to have to look at. And not make mountains out of molehills, not see things that are not necessarily there, that my worries and concerns are not as worrying or concerning as I am seeing them. That there's you know, it's a way around things. Who's going to teach me? The Hierophant. The Hierophant, somebody's going to advise me one way or another, say, look, this is how I see it. If you want my advice, this is what I do. Look, research, make sure I've got all my ducks in a row before I actually go and put things out there. It's very, very interesting. I'm going to leave this spread out so I can come back to it, because I'm just going through this now for this video purpose, because this is what I said I would do. Now, my 3 cards with my advice from my ancestors, which comes from my Ancestral Path Tarot. Let's have a look. We have the 3 of Cups, we have the 8 of Staves, which is our 8 of Wands, and we have the 9 of Sacred Circles, the 9 of Pentacles. Look, Elaine, 3 of Cups. You are going to have time to celebrate with friends. Don't be negative. Look at the good that's going on. Look at how I can progress forward and celebrate the successes. Don't hide my light under a bushel in that sense, because celebrating with friends is going to be, with family and friends, is going to be an indication of your success, which if you put your mind to it and work, it's going to happen quite quickly, and it's going to enable you to relax, sit back and enjoy your craft, your life, your retirement and your hobbies, you know. So that's what you need to do. And my advice from Oracle for this general advice for the year is bear medicine. This is from the Seasons of the Witch Yule deck, and let's see. Bear medicine. There is no tomorrow without the healing of the past, for in stillness you shall find yourself right where you are. And if we look at what we've said here, there's been a lot of stillness with our 9 of Pentacles and our 9 of Cups, and it's time to relax and enjoy, okay? There have been worrying times there where I'm allowing the 9 of Swords to conjure up nightmares, but I need to step back and take a look. Be quiet. There's no tomorrow without the healing of the past, for in stillness you shall find yourself right where you are. I'm quite pleased with that reading. I really am. This month and next month are going to be challenging, but they are going to be, everything's going to be put to rest. There will be people popping up. I think that there, the devil there, is reflecting back from that. I think it's a case of wanting to try and find another in to manipulate situations. But with clear communication and the Wheel of Fortune, what is put out there will be reaped. So, that's pretty good. What do you think? So I'm going to take some photos, I'm going to put them in here, and I'm going to share this reading with you. I hope you found it interesting. If you've got a different spin on it, if you see something in here and you think, oh, well, yeah, I can see that, but what do you think about? Don't be afraid to put it in the comments, I'd appreciate it. So folks, on that note, I'm going to let you relax this New Year's Day evening, and I will be back again soon. Thank you for your support as always, and all the best going forward. Good night now.